Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Let me point this down a little bit. Nope. Hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. Ooh, I'm trying to adjust the microphone here. What is wrong with my little screen here? There we go. Hopefully, you guys and gals are doing amazing. Thank you for joining me today. Getting on a little later than usual, but that's okay because I got my Earl Grey tea. Oh, I love Earl Grey. It's so good. Hopefully you guys and gals are doing amazing. You know, Cassandra, I hope you're doing okay. Thank you for popping in the chat. Hope you're doing okay regarding the fires, because I know you live in, I was going to say Northern California. Geez. Northern LA. That's basically where you're at. And so hopefully you're not overwhelmed by the smoke, and hopefully you're safe and your family and everything. So hopefully everyone's doing amazing today. I just had dinner. No, I did not. I had lunch. Hey, Richard, how are you? Oh, I don't even know what's going on. I had lunch. I went out with my parents. on a little date. And it was great. We had sushi. I had sushi, and it was kind of expensive. It was like $15 for not even rolls. It was like a sample platter type thing. So I had a lot of different ones. I was still hungry, but then there was a salad, so I might eat again later. Who knows? I'm here, Jims. I'm definitely here. Explain about the Ethel piano thing I emailed you about. So what do you want me to explain? The reason why? Or just the difference? Because there is a discrepancy. You're right, Joseph, about the fact that Ethel, the character, can play the piano early on in the season, around season 2. I made a video on that in case of blooper video. And then season 6, she cannot. And so the idea is, do you want a simple answer? The simple answer is that the script called for it. The character of Ethel needed to not know how to play the piano in season 6, so they just took away that talent kind of thing. And so sometimes shows do that, especially since they didn't know this was going to be on a rerun. The I Love Lucy show, they're like, no one will notice anyway. Little did they know Ricknineg would be on the case. So, yeah. Oh, you don't like sushi, Joseph? Oh, it's so good. Okay, let me tell you, I don't like cooked fish. I'll eat it because it's good for you, but I won't enjoy it. I love the rawness of it. And I don't know how that makes sense, but the real good sushi has no fishy flavor. And so, yes. So thank you. Thank you for... Is it the first time you're on, Joseph? Because I don't think I've seen you, at least in the chat. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. You're about 8 miles from the Skirball fire, Cassandra. You had clear skies and nice weather. My best friend and wife were evacuated in Ventura last week. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. All are okay and back home. Yes, I'm glad everyone's okay. Like, if you guys are on my Instagram, you have seen me with the mask. And that, believe me, that was not to be funny. That was not to make light of the situation. At work, we're about 10 miles from that Ventura fire. And everyone at work, you needed to wear it. It smelled like someone next door was literally burning wood. Like, that's how bad it was. It was literally like toxic in the air, every single breath you were taking. So I think that was, I don't remember, it might have been Tuesday, just sometime during the week. If you check the link in the description, Instagram, it's there, and then you'll see it. We were literally, and I was wearing that. I was making a funny face just to make light of the situation, but we had to wear that most of the day. It was crazy. It was crazy. And so, yes. Ethel May Potter, we never forgot her. That was from the Albuquerque episode where they actually went to Albuquerque. And I have a little snack today. You guys hear it? I'm going to show you what that is in a little bit. Old age, yeah. Yeah, she was probably getting up there in the years and completely forgot her fingers forgot. I think that's more accurate. Hey, Alec, how are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm eaten. Wait, I have eaten. But you know what I mean. I'm eaten. You know, I've done it. I had a late... So I went to just so you guys know, especially Jims, because Jims is very, very, very supportive, not only on this channel, but on my second car channel. And I know that people don't really like, everything that I do, but that's okay. But Jims is a great supporter on there, and I will have a video, hopefully, by the end of today, about the car show I went to. I went to a crazy car show. It was all morning. I went with my dad. It was fun. It was great. The cars that were there, every time, they just have the craziest cars ever. I'm going to get going with the episode, what we got to do, but yes. Hey, Rick, you think maybe you can do a live feed when they air the I Love Lucy Christmas special? I probably can, but I don't have TV. Like, I don't have TV service, so I won't be able to see it live. Do you guys, do you know what time, Chiefs, it is on? Because I could do it at the same, if I'm 23rd, I think, because I think I might have off work. I'm not sure. I have to check. Okay. It was like that up here with the Sonoma Napa fires. Yeah, you guys were struggling up there in the San Francisco area too. Did Ricky play the piano on the shows? There's sometimes where he's doing this and he's doing like a lot of this and you don't really see his fingers. But I believe he knew how to play the piano. Probably not as good as Marco, because remember, Marco would play the piano for all of his numbers. And I think Marco was just like a professional. That was just like his thing. And so Desi was just doing so much already. And I don't think he was an excellent piano player. I think he was fairly good. But it's just like one less thing to worry about. So he would mimic most of it kind of thing. He would just go with it. But he could hold a tune. I mean, he was musically talented. He could do guitar and stuff. Bradness, what's your theory? If they show the hands playing, he's really playing. Basically. I mean, I'm going to go with that. If the shot is with Ricky hands being obscured by the piano, chances are, yeah, that you're super correct, because it's really hard to mimic you playing an instrument, because it's like a violin, right? So you would have to not touch it to not make a sound. It's hard unless you mute it. Like, it's kind of crazy. Oh, you're enjoying the flying lessons? Me too. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. This is really great. Vivian could play, I believe. Oh, you mean in real life or on the show? Why only Christmas show, and why was it removed from syndication? Oh, wow, so many questions. Let me get the episode going so we can at least... I usually play an episode. Unfortunately, we can't watch it together. You guys would have to play it on yourself, in your own terms. But it's called Lucy and the Tulips. The Tulip episode. So I'm going to start that. If you guys want to start it, you can start at the same time, or we can just talk about it, or we can just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Because these are the last 2 episodes of I Love Lucy before we get into the hour-long episodes. So, April 29th, 1957, episode 178, filmed on a Thursday, March 28th, 1957. Rating share 41.2. Wow, that's fairly good. Supporting cast, of course, Little Ricky, Betty Ramsey, Mary Jane Croft, Flower Show judges, Peter Bracco. He also played the brother Dominique of Mario, the Italian guy, the Italian visitor, and Eleanor Audley, who was, of course, the voice of, what's her name? In Sleeping Beauty, right? Maleficent, I believe? Yeah, that is cool. Did you guys know that? So look at the judge, the female judge, Eleanor Audley. She was also in previous episodes, I believe, but at least she's in this one, so that's cool. All right, so the episode's playing. Lucy's with Fred the dog and little Ricky. And my Earl Grey tea. By the way, guys and gals, I have an unboxing episode or video that I'm going to put up soon. I don't think tomorrow. We'll see. But just look out for that one. I got some really cool stuff. Some really cool. You will not want to miss that. That is amazing. Brandis, and if they don't show the keyboard, he can just bang on the cover while Marco plays off camera. Marco Rito was a well-trained musician. You are absolutely correct. Okay, so Xmas Special airs December 22nd, 8/7 Central. When is that? Because I know... Let me look that up, guys and gals, because I know Monday is Christmas Day. 22nd would be Friday. I mean, that's accessible. I'm going to have to get a reminder about that, or make myself a reminder. That could be possible. The thing is, I mean, I could totally do that, and we can talk about it. But don't hold me to it, because my schedule, it's really hard for me to YouTube, unless this is my full-time job, which it's not. It's hard for me to schedule, because obviously this takes second priority to everything else in my life, unfortunately. But that's how it is, at least right now. Ooh, Berklee College of Music. I didn't know that. Yeah, he was very, very classically trained and really, really good. So, about the Christmas one. Yes, what is your question, Joseph? Ask away. Oh, why did they take it away? Good question. I don't know. That's something that I may have to research and investigate. I do not hesitate to say I don't know when I really don't know. I don't want to give you anything that's incorrect. So, I know it was aired. Was it aired once? It was in syndication. I know that. The reasoning behind that, we can all speculate and so forth. I don't know if it's the idea of Christmas, because think about it. They did a segment with Santa Claus before that, twice. And then later it wasn't included, so I don't know. Maybe it's something just where something is Christmassy and they were trying to not really use it. But did you guys hear about this? I know this is kind of off topic, but it has to do with Christmas. Disneyland has like a candlelight show, if you guys know, or Disneyland fans or anything like that. And they had Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, read scripture, like passages from the Bible in front of like a huge, and this wasn't like a religious ceremony, but this to me blew me away. I think it was so cool. It was like reclaiming Christmas. And yeah, I don't want to get into the politics, but like Disneyland to me, I thought was like super, I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but it just surprised me. It was surprising. So it's cool. I think it's good to remind people what Christmas is about, right? Sometimes we forget. And it's a big deal for me because I taught theology, I taught religion, and so, I taught many different religions. That was part of my job. But anything religion, and I get really excited because it's like, it gets into my specialty. So let me tell you what I'm eating, because you guys will ask me what I'm eating. These are called, let me put it up here. They're called de la rosa, of the rose, but they're really, now this thing, focus, there we go. It's peanut candy marzipan style. I have no I do have gummy bears, but I don't want to eat. I'm addicted to this, guys, right now. Like, this is my new cookies. It's my last one. It's basically like crushed peanuts and a little bit of almonds, and there's like sugar in it, but it's so good. Oh man, I think it's a little healthier than chocolate chip cookies. Not as many calories. Well, it's 130 calories for this whole thing. So it's very sugary, but it's so good. It's so good. It's a little loud. But because I know a lot of people, especially, these are from Mexico, and so if a lot of people don't know that, like, it's very crumbly. Like look. Like, see that? And then it's just like, it's almost like a powder. And you can feel the nuts in it. It's just so good. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm selfish. I'm not going to share this. Okay, Bradness. Okay, you're challenging me? Give me one sec. Where did my gummy bears go? My gummy bear box. Okay, so I did my unboxing. I was looking for my gummy bear box and I couldn't find it. I may have misplaced it because I got a lot of unboxing things. Like, for me, it was like 4 or 5 packages. And so I may have included, I have to go look, but I do have like 3 or 4, I think 4 bags. I gave my brother like 3 or 4 bags. I ate like 3 or 4 bags. So that leaves me with about 3 or 4 bags. Yes. Yeah, they fall apart so easy because it's like, it's all it is. It's like sugar mixed with crushed peanuts. You want to get a good look at that? Crushed peanuts and almonds. And you can see little, like, larger pieces of it. It's just crumbly. No, it's just soft. It's so soft. It's kind of like edible talcum powder. That sounds weird, but it is. Hey, Linda, how are you? So you guys have eaten these. Alec, you've eaten them? I'm surprised. That's good. I thought, because again, part of my family's from Mexico. So when they go over there, I get a big haul. Or they send some to me. And you can buy them here in like little places. It's not everywhere. You can get them on Amazon. They're really good. I need to order more. They're so good. I don't have the I Love Lucy cookbook. Joseph, don't remind me that it's pure sugar. Yeah, there's a little bit of sugar in it. Marzipan is almond paste. Mm, I guess so, but it's like dry. It's not. It's not gooey at all. But like when you eat it, it's not like like it's good. It's good. It doesn't create like a dust in your mouth. It's good. Ah, there we go. Alec, you used to get them. See, why is it a thing when you're like a little kid and you eat these things? Same thing with me. I was a little kid and I would eat them. I did get a lot of gummy bears and I finished them. Oh, that's good. I'm glad all of you are indulging. So is this bad that I'm doing this live stream? We're watching Lucy and I'm encouraging you guys to indulge in junk food. This is so bad. This live stream was supposed to be a positive thing that helped people out, bring them a little bit of joy, and all it's doing is having everyone pig out. This is, as I say that, this is a sad, sad moment. I'm having my tea. Oh, it's decaffeinated too, by the way. Not that that's a problem for me. Oh, you have the I Love Lucy cookbook? I don't even know what's in there. Like, are they recipes from the show? Like, that they used to do there? I would love to know. Oh, there's big ones, Richard? Don't tell me that. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Manicero. Peanuts. Do you know the song? I don't. I don't know that song. Like making your coffee with the Red Bull, and then you see sounds. I've never tried Red Bull. I stay away from those things. I don't think they're good for you, at least for me. Like, I don't want to intake. Everything that I try to take into my body, for the most part, is I'm trying to take as unprocessed as possible. Of course, sometimes I do it. But, like, Red Bull, I don't know what's in that stuff. Like, that's just, to me, like, ugh. Like, tea is tea, right? And then this marzipan, I know the ingredients. Like, yeah, it's pure sugar, but I know it's sugar, which is processed. But anyway, you know, yeah, but a lot of Mexican stuff is, like, super unhealthy, but super good. Reynaldo, so Mexico, my mom is Mexican. My dad's from Argentina. My mom is half German and Mexican, and my dad is half Italian. So my dad's born in Argentina, but half Italian, half Syrian. So I am a mess. That's the technical term. That's why, not getting into the subject, but just saying it. That's why, to me, the idea of race is so fluid. Because define me as a race. You cannot. It's impossible. All throughout school, they always, even when I was younger, you know, they would want me to put, and I would always decline because it was like, there is no race for me. There isn't. I'm a mixture of about 6. And very strong. It's not like it's 1/10. And so it's you know, and I know some people are like pure something and pure something. But to me, it's like, I have friends of all colors, all shapes, all sizes, you know? But anyway, you are being joyful by eating. That's true. Comfort food. Fatty food can make me fat. It's gonna make me fat. By the time I'm like 80 and I'm gonna be the live streams, I'm gonna be a fat guy. No, watching Lucy and eating marzipans. Oh no. Jim, so your chocolate chip cookies are organic, so they're healthy. See? There we go. But see, you know what's in them, right? So that's good. Very, very true. Now, this episode is interesting to me because, of course, this whole setup of the lawnmower is a thing for her to knock them, or for Desi or Ricky to destroy them. So the tulips, the whole episode it's not about the tulips. It's kind of more about the lawnmower. I think this episode should have been called the lawnmower, but then again, the tulips are what counted in the episode. So, I don't know. I am Linda. I am going to the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. So, I'm not going to say next week, but whenever I do the live stream next, yeah, it'll be the first episode of the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. You would take your time, Max. Manicero. Manicero. I feel like, you know what? I may have heard that. I may have to, like, listen to it. And as I listen to it, I'll probably know what it is. Like, you know what that happens when you don't know the title? Then when you hear it, your brain picks it up. It's like, oh, I know what that is. Heinz 57. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys should brush up on the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. I remember I was a big fan of I Love Lucy back going to when I was about 3 years old. But when I was in high school, I never knew about the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour because I would watch all syndication. And so I was like, okay, there was no DVDs or anything back then. Well, yeah, there was. I mean, it was just starting out, but it wasn't like, oh, you want to watch the show on DVD? Just buy it. It was just starting. Because this is back in like 01. And so, yeah, DVDs weren't a thing. And so then they played. I was like, what's this? This is another show of Lucy, but it's in black and white. All 4 of them are here. And it's like an hour long. What's this about? And it was like the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. And I was obsessed. I was like, I have to see all the episodes. And so I was able to get that. And now I love the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. So, yeah. Oh, man. I have some information on the Tallulah Bankhead episode. It's nice and juicy. And I have to make a full video on it. I think you guys will enjoy that. Arthur, I know I Love Lucy never had a last episode because of the Comedy Hour, but what was the last episode to air? It was The Mustache, I believe it's called, with Ernie Kovacs and Edie Adams, was it? I think. It was sad because even they knew it was the last episode, so the whole tone of it was very, like, not as funny, you know? The boy, what's up? You always try to participate on Sundays. Do you know there's a 24-hour I Love Lucy channel online? I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's really cool. I don't know. Maybe some people might like it. I would ask if you don't post it on here. Post it if you want on my Facebook page. Because I don't need it. Don't worry. I watch all the stuff. I have all the DVDs. So I watch whatever episode I want when I want. So, yes. Yeah, they weren't syndicated as often, Jeff. You're absolutely correct. Jeff Keller, you're correct. And then they would air them out of order, right? They would just be like, oh, they would put something in season 6, then they would put the Mexico episode, and I was like, what? And then they would put like the Tallulah Bankhead totally out of order, and then the Cuba one, and then like that's it. They would start again, or the next episode would be like season 2 of I Love Lucy, and I was like, what? So I never saw any of these in order, or I would miss some of them. I did not watch Oil Wells until I had the DVDs. I didn't even know that episode existed. When they all become like oil tycoons, all that. I've never seen that until I had the DVDs. And then I got obsessed. I was like, I have to see every single episode. And I did, and I was thankful. And the last piece of the marzipan. Okay, done. You're old enough to remember when they first aired? That's awesome, James. Wow. That is so cool. I wish I was alive when it was a thing, you know? But do you have a set time for a one-on-one next Saturday? We'll talk about it off the live stream, Linda. I don't want to mix it up in here. We can definitely connect on that, okay? Yes, Ernie and Edie Adams. Great. Thank you for double-checking that on us. Oh, yes, Arthur, no problem. If you want to ask again, that's fine. Because I don't think I saw the question. Yes, California 1 episode and then back to New York. I'm not sure what that's referring to. There's so many things sometimes happening in the comments, guys and gals, that sometimes my brain doesn't work. Because it's like, I read this and I read this. And sometimes your messages continue from the other one. So I try to pick up stuff like that. Did they use whipped cream? Most likely, yes, because remember, Lucy was eating it at the end. It's not good to eat shaving cream. It's soap. Okay, so you wouldn't want to eat that. And so it's definitely something that was edible. And, yeah. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, so if you remember that episode, they're doing it, they have it in the mouth, they're spitting it out, right? But then at the end, Lucy gets it, and then she goes... And she goes like this, and she starts eating it. It's almost like she breaks character, but she's being funny. I don't know if that was supposed to be part of the script, though. But that's something to think about. And yeah, so it makes a lot of sense that would be whipped cream. Absolutely. Yeah, you haven't watched them all. Oh, man, you should, Jeff. You know that feeling of watching... If you're a big fan, Jeff, I'm assuming you are, and then you watch an episode that you've never seen before, it is the greatest feeling ever. And then when you watch the last one and you know there aren't any more, it makes you so sad because you're like, that's it. But then you can watch them again, then you're happy again. So yeah. Oh, thank you, the boy. That's awesome. Tallulah Bankhead episode. Yes, darling. Tallulah Bankhead. Oh, no problem. No apologies needed. But anything business-wise, we can definitely talk off the live stream. Because this I want to keep on Lucy or, you know, topics about, for example, the last video. Have you guys seen my last video? Hopefully you did on the set. Is this stuff popping into your subscriptions? Let me know in the chat, please. Like, are my videos popping up? Because sometimes I get conflicting. Some people say they see them, and then some people are like, oh, I didn't know you posted. I was like, how do you not know? And they're subscribed. So YouTube sometimes does some funky stuff. And so hopefully you're seeing them. And then the views are always like everywhere. I don't know if because people don't like certain topics. Like, that's why I need your guys' feedback. You know, in every video, I'm like, please let me know in the comments. Like, a lot of you do leave feedback, and I appreciate that. But then I definitely want to give you guys videos that you want to see. And so, you know, I don't know if you guys want more set videos. If you guys want more like top 10, my favorite top 10s. If you guys want more like juicy gossip from like behind the scenes. If you guys want more like on location stuff. Like, you know, and that's why I like to do these one-on-one chats, because I can get that feedback from you guys. Hello, Lola. Hello. Happy Sunday to you as well. Hey, you know what would be fun? If you made up a little I Love Lucy quiz or like a questionnaire. Oh, that's cool. And like posted it on, well, I kind of do that on Patreon if you guys are interested in that down below. But yeah, like a little questionnaire like on Facebook, like, you know, a couple questions. That'd be cool. I used to do that as a teacher. It's fun stuff. Oh man, Ricky's bugged out eyes. Wait a minute. You went on the Boston Post Road? Oh man. Christopher, so the Lucy episode inherited a racehorse. Oh, or Lucy, she won the racehorse. Aired February 3rd, the day we were born. Wow, that's awesome. That's a nice coinky dink. Nice coinky dink. Alec J. YouTube will uncheck it? Is that a thing? That is horrible. Thanks for letting me know. See, it's weird. I can't control what Facebook does, obviously, but that's one of the best things about being subscribed and checked. I know maybe you don't watch every single video, and I'm aware of that. But, I mean, some people, when they're like, oh, Rick, I didn't know you posted. I'm like, what? Are you subscribed? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. It should appear in your subscribe folder. And so, yes. Jim, more cookies? Stay away from the cookies. You've had too many. Bloopers. Bloopers is the hardest thing right now to do. I could do more bloopers, but honestly, I'm to the point where I've done so many blooper videos that I kind of can't keep track. I have to watch them all again. I made so many because they're here and there, and some I've caught, some people sent. Plus, you need a lot of footage for that, and that's something that really right now is not being allowed by YouTube. You want to join another top 10 list? Cool, cool. See, people like different stuff. Definitely see a lot of interesting things. Your math teacher from high school, Mr. Michael Mayer. Yep, you remember him in the cement when he's has it all over his face and everything. How warm is it where you are? Outside, I could be like this, like with a short sleeve shirt, but inside it's cooler. I don't know what's up with the weather. It's fairly nice outside. Like, it's definitely in the high 70s. It's definitely not Christmas. I am not I don't like cold weather. I don't care if it's Christmas. Like, yeah, I don't want it to be 110 during Christmas, right? A little bit cool. But I don't like cool weather at all. And so it's a good thing I live in Southern California. Some people don't like Southern California because the weather is like the same. It's almost like it's fake. That's not me. Like, I can't stand snow. Like, it's cool to see for 5 minutes and I'm good. So, yeah. What was the last episode of I Love Lucy to air? So, I Love Lucy half-an-hour episodes is the one we're going to be watching in just a little bit. The Ricardos dedicated statue. On the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour, it was called The Mustache. So, answering your question right there. You guys like the bloopers, cookies, more of the hour shows. You guys like the hour shows? That's interesting. Those are pretty good. There are some gems in there. I like the uranium episode a lot. What else? I'm blanking right now. The Mexico one is alright, but I feel like some are a lot better than others. There's some that I really didn't like. The Red Skeleton Alaska one was good. Danny was good. Make Room for Danny. Lucy Goes to Sun Valley. I like that one too. The racehorse one was good. Havana was all right. Celebrity Next Door, I think it had good moments. My favorite's in Uranium. I don't know why. Oh, no. Where is it? Summer Vacation. That one is my favorite. I love that one. The career one was all right. Alaska was pretty good. Danny, I like. Milton Berle, I'm a big fan of Milton Berle, so that whole episode was great. Japan one, I didn't really like too much. It was all right. It had good moments. Meets the Mustache, I don't even like to watch that one because it's the last one. And there's a sad undertone into it. So yeah, that gave you the whole spiel of all the episodes and when I like and when I don't like. And so yes. All right, Alec, nice to see you. Watched the Danny Thomas one today. That one's good. That one's good. They go to jail. Well, they don't go to jail. They go to court, don't they? Yes, the Danny Thomas one's good. He's like so grumpy. It's a good one. Baby Chicks episode. That one's good. We watched that a couple weeks ago on the live stream, or we talked about it. And now there's Mary Jane Croft, and she's upset because Lucy replaced her tulips with wax ones. And then Ricky now replaced Lucy's with wax ones. Oh, yes. Doesn't feel like Christmas unless it's cold. Yeah, pretty much. I don't need snow, though. I've never had snow during Christmas. Although there was one Christmas, I was in another state, and there was snow, and it was good. But I need to go out. I need out, people interaction. I need light. If the day's gloomy, it depresses me. I get like seasonal depression kind of thing. And so this is, look, you see how the sun is hitting right now? And it's warm. I was in Iowa a few years ago, and the sun was hitting me like this, and it was 30 degrees. It was actually like negative 18. I couldn't stand it. It was like the sun was like cold or something. It was ridiculous. So yeah, talking about the weather, but that gives you an idea of how much I love heat. I love heat. Dark Time. Would you do videos on kids shows you've watched back in your... Oh, absolutely. Mighty Max, Power Rangers. I gotta do a Power Rangers like video. I'm a big Power Ranger fans. Batman the animated series, the one from the 90s. Darkwing Duck. Oh, I can keep going. Tiny Toons. Animaniacs. I'm addicted to the Animaniacs. WB I'm okay with. I can only stand a few episodes. My short spans, it seems like my attention span, like it's gotten smaller as I grew up for Warner Brothers. Like I watch a couple of those tiny, those type. Like cartoons, The Simpsons, Futurama. Oh, I can keep going, guys and gals. I can keep going. Because I'll eventually run out of I Love Lucy videos. Maybe Dark Time. I've said this before. I'm probably not going to run out of ideas because I don't. I have so many written out that I can't even get to them. The idea is I'm probably going to like burn out from Lucy. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to, but just like making the topic. And so I'm not there yet, but I'm sure I'll get there. And that's just a human thing. You know, it's just a human thing. That happens with games. I'll do gaming videos and I'll do like 45 videos of a game like throughout a few months, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna play that game for a few months. Like I've hit my peak. 60s Batman show. Are you talking about this one? I think it's super cheesy, but I used to watch it as a kid, and then now that I watch it, I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I watch this? It's so like not well done, but it's almost so cheesy that it's watchable. It's like a thing. It's like a cult classic kind of thing. And so I like it, but I think there are other shows that I would prefer to do or cover. Seinfeld's another one. I named so many. Joseph, now Power Rangers, you have to understand, I grew up with these guys in the 90s. They were my idols. They were my heroes. I saw them perform live at Universal Studios Hollywood. I just watch, like, I have the Zords. I have the toys. It's crazy. Like, this was our thing. I still listen to the music. Yep. You had Tiny Toons, boy. The boy. You love Bugs. Bugs? What's up, Doc? Beep, beep. Roadrunner. Hey, Carol, how are you? You love Darkwing Duck and the Animaniacs too. Such a good show. I'm gonna date myself with the cartoons that I'm mentioning, meaning like you guys will probably know my age and stuff with the shows like Darkwing Duck, Animaniacs, the Gargoyles, things like that. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then we probably grew up watching the same cartoons. Three's Company's great too. I love Three's Company's. No soup for you. Turkey Bisque. You just slide to the side. Don't make eye contact with the soup Nazi. I love that show. Oh, the Superman episode. That's a good one, especially the color one. You know, Ty, I have seen it. I'm not a fan of the movie. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not a fan of the movie. I know everyone loves it. I don't understand why, but I can't get into it. All right, so I'm starting the next episode, which is the last half-an-hour episode of I Love Lucy. Don't get sad, everyone. We have more episodes. We have the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour coming. Okay. So, Lucy dedicates a statue. This was a May 6, 1957 release, the last one of that season, episode 179. So they made 179 half-an-hour episodes filmed on a Thursday, April 4th, 1957. Rating share was 35.6. That's not a lot for the last episode. 41.2 was the Tulips. This one dropped to 35.6. Supporting cast, just one person, Little Ricky, Keith. And there was an error in the video that I made. Desi Jr. is in the episode, but Lucy Arnaz Luckenbill is not. Okay, that is the updated information being confirmed by her. Although this book says she is in here. Wait. Commit Sylvester Studios, the crowd scene, featured the children. Lucy, yeah, see, this is incorrect. This book is wrong in this case. And you say, well, Rick, how do you say that? Well, it comes from Lucy Luckenbill herself in an interview saying that she was not in it. So I would not go against this book unless there's a better source. And I think that she would know Lucy's daughter, if she was there or not. So, kind of cool. I'm in my mid-30s. You gave me more age than what I am. Do I look that old? Do I look 35? I hope not. Was it advertised? No, Bradness, I believe it wasn't. And the reason is, let me go back to that. That's a great question. It was not advertised as like the last episode of Lucy. No, not at all. In fact, it was the beginning to more. Remember, Desi always wanted hour-long episodes. That's what he always wanted. That was his dream. With the half an hour, he was like, oh, see, Scott? He was like, oh, we're not doing enough. Like, we need hour episodes. So once the half an hour ones were done and he got to the hour ones, they were ready. Like this, they premiered that episode 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about half a year, and then they started the next season, which were hour-long episodes. So you can call this the 7th season of I Love Lucy. People have done that. But since there's such few episodes, it's kind of confusing. So, yeah, so for the most part, it was not advertised as the beginning or the end. Yes, great. Great question. What was the most costly episode of I Love Lucy? Great question, Joseph. It was the one where they go to Europe, Bon Voyage. That whole moving set was the most expensive episode according to Desi. It was crazy to make a moving set in front of a live studio audience. Think about that in the 50s. That's nuts. That is nuts. Oh yeah, that's DuckTales. DuckTales, Arthur, great show. I think I like DuckTales more than Darkwing Duck. This as a kid was my favorite movie. Right here. I watched this movie so much that it on the VCR it broke. This is obviously on DVD, but I had it in VCR and I bought a DVD recently. It broke. The tape broke. Like the film in the VCR broke from all rewinding and everything. And so my parents literally had to tape it carefully for me so that it would play and then it would jump at that tape point and then it would still go, but I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care because it worked out. It was so good. And I love that movie. That is great. Bradness. Plus, their hour-long episodes were only aired monthly at the start. Then later, it was like, there was one point where it was like, I don't want to say it, but at least 6-month gap between episodes, and it wasn't the end of a season. It was just like they couldn't get it together. So let me show you. So we got November. Then next month, okay, with Tallulah Bankhead. That's pretty good, once a month. Then Lucy Hits Uranium, next month. Perfect. Lucy Wins Wraithworth, next month. Then they skip March, and then the Sun Valley episode in April. Okay, then they go to October. They skip a month, December. Then all of a sudden they skip 2 months. Then they skip another 2 months. Then they skip another 2 months. Then, oh no, excuse me. That wasn't 2 months. That was, yeah, they skip Yeah, skip 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 59. Yeah, then they skip 3 months. Then they skip 2 months. And then they skip 5 months. So it's just all over the place. It's not consistent at all. And that was just the issues they were having. And they decided to, you know, kind of back off on the show because it just wasn't working out. It was a struggle. After I Love Lucy's end, did Lucy and Desi ever work together on screen again after I Love Lucy? Officially, I would say, like in movies, I don't think they did after that. Like officially on work. Did they appear together like in any type of film? Meaning like they had their own home movies. They would see each other in real life. But they didn't really work together in that sense, like on a show. Yeah, like I think Desi did Mother-in-Law or something like that. But never like, they were never that team again. Never, 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 never. The 60s Batman was cheesy. It had a lot of famous talent. You're right. You're correct. Don't forget, Milton Berle was in it as well. I don't want to read all the ones you wrote because you got them. Vincent Price, Cesar Romero, Burgess Meredith. Yeah, that was the whole point, that they were getting all these stars to be in it, and it was a big deal. You're absolutely right. DuckTales. Woo! Yeah, it was hard. It wasn't even a consistent show anymore. It would take a lot to make the hour episodes, but it was just a lot of stuff going on. Oh, this Three Stooges tape. Eventually, it wouldn't play anymore. Nope, we taped the tape. Oh, that's so funny. If Rick likes Power Rangers, he's not in his 30s. My grandson watched Power Rangers. Ooh, good math. He's only 14 years old, so Ray can't be more than 24. Let me tell you something. The first Power Rangers came out in 91? 92? I should know that. But let's just go with that. And every year since, up until 2017, 2018, every year there's like a different cast and there's an update. I just watched it for the first 5 years, I think. And then after that, most of the originals left. They were bringing all these young kids that I didn't even know, I didn't care about. They apparently had better powers, and it was like just dumb to me, so I didn't watch it. Yeah, the mother-in-law was way after the divorce. Thank you. I don't know much about it, Jeff, so I thank you for chiming in on that. I heard, right, but it wasn't the same, right? It wasn't the same. Yeah, that was way after. I don't think that was even like in what's going on here. John Demore, I usually do mine on the weekends, and unfortunately I don't have a set time, but I usually do them on Sundays, afternoon, something like that. And so, oh, Domily, don't be late. You gotta go. If you ever miss anything, you can always come back and watch it later. Oh, there comes Fred. He goes, hear ye, get yourself another town crier. I love that moment. Fred, what's wrong? Well, this wig is so hot. And these shoes are pinching my feet. Oh, man. Fred was great. Desi last movie he played a judge. I've heard that, Joseph. I haven't seen it. Honestly, guys, I'm kind of a snob. I pretty much only like I Love Lucy with all these 4 characters. I have seen the Lucy show when I was younger. When Lucy wasn't on, like when it was on in the morning, I wanted to watch some. I would just put on the Lucy show, but I wouldn't enjoy it as much. And so anything else that they did, I was not even a fan of. Even the long trailer, I think it was all right. It was passable. I wouldn't even give it a great grade. I don't think because it's not a good movie. It's not I Love Lucy. It's like the Three Stooges movies, the longer ones, where it was like an hour and a half or something. I don't think those are too great. The Stooges had their thing, and it was the shorts with Curly and Shemp. And those are my favorites. But yeah. Mother-in-law's aired in the 70s. Wow, that's... Hello, Catherine. How are you? Are you first timer here? Or have I seen you before? I don't know. Let's see. Fred is awesome. Oh, Fred's the best. I love Fred. You know, anyone who says he's I mean, I can't even rate them. You can't rate them because it's like Lucy's awesome, but then Ricky compliments her. And then Ethel's like this with Lucy, right? They have their schemes. But then you can't throw Fred aside. I think sometimes when maybe something that Lucy wasn't doing crazy, Fred was throwing in that hilarity. Like here, Lucy only did something really funny when she was with the dog. and doing the whole training thing. I think that was pretty funny. And then the statue part. But other than that, Fred was like comic relief. There was a lot of comic relief from other characters. So I think that's really, really good. You like long, long, long trailer? Long, long, long. I just say long, long, long forever. Oh, well, awesome, Catherine. Thank you. And hopefully you're subscribed and you're enjoying the videos. And I don't know. It's great to meet new people as well as see people who recur. So, I mean, I see a lot of your names like James and Arthur. And I see Cynthia. And I can just keep going. Linda. So many people. And then when I see new people, I get excited too. Because, I get excited all the time. Bradness, of course. You guys are all great. You're all great supporters, and it really means a lot. I say it a lot, but it really does mean a lot that you guys join in, you chime in the chats, and I know some of you are silent supporters, and I appreciate you so much. I want to give a shout out to all the silent supporters, maybe people who don't want to comment, who don't want to like the video, who don't want to say anything in the chat, but you're there and you watch. I know that because I have not seen 30 different people in the chat. And so now there are 30 people, and they come in and out. But a lot of people are supporters, and I appreciate that, really. Yes, they did, Jeff. I did a video. You should take a look at my playlist. So if you go to my main page, there's a playlist, and there's Fact or Fiction episode on Viv and Bill Frawley, and I go into detail about their relationship, friendship, all that, or lack of one. And yeah, I have a lot of stuff. I have over 120 Lucy videos on my channel, like that just are on Lucy. Hey, what's up, Zuba? Weren't you here last week or 2 weeks ago? It doesn't seem like it's been long. I think it feels like you've been here all along. Always nice to see you as well. Jeff, you are new. Jeff Keller, you are new. And thank you so much for joining. This is great. This is great. Awesome, awesome. Viv hated being cast with an old guy like Frawley. Yeah, the age thing, and then their personalities, like, they crashed so much. It was rough. It was really rough. And you're right. That's a fact. Yolanda, hello. I haven't seen Yolanda in a cool minute, as the young kids say, which is not me, because I'm not young. I'm not cool, and I'm not a kid. So, yeah, none of those work. So this is good because this whole scene, to me, is interesting. I want to talk about it. The one with Fred, the dog, okay? It's weird because it was just stuck in this episode. I think there could be just an episode on them trying to train the dog Fred. And I was trying to look for it like years ago, and I could never find it. And then I was like, oh, it's in the dedication of the statue episode. Because it's so out of place. Like they're working on the dedication of statue. Then all of a sudden they come home with Fred, the dog, and he's like, he passed his training school, his dog training. I guess it makes sense because it's kind of like a random life occurrence. But at the same time, I don't think it has to do with the episode too much. And so I don't know. It was a weird moment for me that was just in here. But I think it's funny. And she's like, well, come here, Fred. Roll around and play dead. And the dog's like, You guys remember that? And then, of course, Ricky's upset because he paid a lot of money for the dog to doing something. And then Lucy, like, whispers in dog's ear, like, hey, Fred, you should really listen to me because I'm looking bad and blah, blah, blah. So it is so funny. Oh, and the dog is licking Lucy's ear. She's rolling over and playing dead. Something that I noticed as seasons went on, Lucy did less and less physical comedy stuff. Like here, she did a statue, which was very similar to when she did the sculptress episode back in season 2. But then she would do a lot less physical, like the whole chocolate bit, because her funny moments to me were very physical. Like she was in dialogue, she was funny, but I think her best stuff was when she was physical. When she danced, like the ballet, remember that stuff? The numerous times she went to the club and then she would like mess up. She would join the choir and the chorus, the chorus girls, and she would be a disaster. That was her best stuff to me. And then now she's doing a couple things, like she's going, fetching. It's just like, it's very simple. And it seems like the Stooges did the same thing. They were very physical and did a lot of stunts in the first couple seasons, first couple years, like the first 5 the 10 years, I would say 5 years. And then later on, they did a lot more dialogue as they were getting older and so forth. And so I don't know, it changed. They changed their style. But musicians do that too. Like Linkin Park, I was a really big Linkin Park fan before Chester passed away. And their stuff changed too, but I loved it. I just loved the evolution of it. So let me go back to this. Maybe just to bring attention to the dog since it matters later. True, but he wasn't really in the comedy hour much. So I don't know. That was just weird to me. And it reminded the dog. It was just kind of a random thing. And then he licks the cold cuts. That was funny. So Jeff, let's see what you say here because this is interesting. I love any comments with Desi being a genius in his filmmaking because he was. I think he's really underrated. Jesse was a genius for seeing syndication, 3-camera filming with a live studio audience. Absolutely. All of that he did. And all of that is still done. Syndication is still done. 3-camera filming still done. Live studio audience still done. Yeah? So crazy. So YouTube's, I have 2 channels. I have this one, Ricknineg, and then I have another one which you should find in the description. It says second channel, link there. It's all about cars. And so I think cars is very niche-y, like it's a very niche group. And so I made another channel purposely for that. It's kind of what I do every day too, with my everyday job, my real job. Not that this isn't real, but the way I support myself. And although here there's a lot of stuff. There's flying, there's video games, but this is all stuff that I love. But I think cars just need its own channel because I'm with it so much. It deserves it. Like even aviation, when I started flying, I thought, should I make another channel? And I was like, well, but it's me. And so I wouldn't have that much, like, it would just be too many channels. 2 channels already is tough. Like I'm doing this live stream, and then after this, I have to make 2 videos for tomorrow. And so one I have the footage, the other one I do as well. But it's a lot of editing and stuff. And so imagine if I did 3 channels. You know, it just doubles your work. It's a lot. The Tango and Eggs episode was great. Oh, absolutely. It's a great, great episode. Sweet Pea, when I Love Lucy did live taping, did they do a lot of wardrobe changes? Seemed like they pretty much had one outfit through the most episodes. Yeah, because think about it. It had to do with what they were doing. They would only change when the scene called for it. And they could do that fairly quickly. Think about it. So if you have seen, you should look at my sets video if you haven't, but I show the layout of the whole set or the whole stage. And they would move from one to the other in between scenes anywhere between 1 and 5 minutes. Remember, they would have to move furniture sometimes. They would have to get their bedroom and get it from their bedroom and make it like another building. Or make it look like another location. And they would do that sometimes between 1 and 5 minutes. So that is crazy. They would film an episode in roughly 45 minutes live. That is nuts. When these episodes are 23 to 25 minutes, going 45, managing a live studio audience, like it was almost done 100%. Like just keep going nonstop. And that's really cool. All right, Jeff, nice to see you. Hopefully I will see you in the future. So Lucy was 40 years old in the beginning of I Love Lucy. I think she may even have been 41. Well, let's just say 40. She was 40 in the first episode, in the pilot actually. Kind of cool. Many people don't know that. Jims, you get to drive supercars. Sometimes I've driven Lamborghinis. Well, I've driven a lot of cars that most people haven't. I've driven a Ferrari for sure, Lamborghini. Bentleys, Rolls Royces, many different types. Mercedes, BMW, Jaguars. I'm trying to think of another like unique brand. Yeah, and many different types too. Many different type of Bentleys, many different type of Rolls Royces. I'm privileged in that sense. A lot of European cars. That's what I deal with mostly. So yes. So Zuba, you remember always hoping that none of the baby chicks were squished. Yes, I don't think they were injured. They look pretty, they took care of the animals. That's really for sure. The sets video really interesting. Well, good. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying that. I'm going to have to do I have an idea for a really cool video coming up. I think it's great for the holiday. It'll be great. It'll be great. Oh, and there goes the crash that they hear after Lucy backs into the trailer and destroys the statue. And it's still midnight or 12 o'clock in their grandfather clock. It never changes. There's Lucy with the head and the musket and the leg, the right leg. Could be left leg. Oh man, that is funny. The pieces, I was gonna say, they don't look super heavy, but they also don't look light either. Maybe they made like a compromise with that. So guys and gals, this episode, oh no, there's still a little bit to go, right? Yeah, it's 20 minutes. Well, we still have about less than 5 minutes to go. So if you have any questions, if you have anything that you would love to put in the chat, if you've never said anything, now's a good time. Now's a good time before I log off. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I will see you, or hopefully talk to you before then, but in case I don't, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah. If you're celebrating any type of holiday, absolutely a great thing to think about, the birth of the Lord. Birth of the Lord, or celebration of the Jewish faith, or, I mean, there's a lot of holidays during this time, but Christmas is my holiday. Yolanda, what do you think of the I Love Lucy Christmas episode? I love the new moments. I love the whole thing with the tree and the Fred trying to cut the tree. What I really didn't like was that it was like a flashback. That is probably why they didn't really put it in syndication, guys and gals, because I don't know. It just seems like they ran out of material, or they just wanted something Christmassy and couldn't come up with a story. Because it was 3 episodes that they did a flashback on. And so, you know, I don't know. Oh yeah, Arthur, so you're mixing 2 episodes, and that's totally okay. I've done that many times and still do that. So he says, am I confusing episodes where Lucy drove a lawnmower into the statue? So she drove the lawnmower and ran over the tulips. Oh, excuse me, Desi did that, or Ricky did that in the previous episode. But in this one, she accidentally backed the station wagon, I think, or a car, into the trailer with the statue. So, yeah. Ow, I just bit my tongue. Oh. That usually means I've been talking too much. Bit the back of my tongue. Oh. Okay, I'm okay. I'm a man. I can take it. Okay, I'm good. It just stings. Ugh, I don't have any water. That's probably why, because I usually take water to, you know, keep me from biting myself. I need another cookie. I need another something. I should have brought water. I thought the tea would be enough. I drank that tea like there was no tomorrow. I was really into that. Oh, there we go. So now, remember, she orders another statue. So in case of those who forget the plot here, because again, I'm very aware that maybe you guys haven't seen some in syndication or don't have all the episodes. And so here, she ordered another statue, but a guy would take like a month or a couple weeks. And so the unveiling was in like a few hours. And so Lucy decides to become a statue and like stand in for it. And then she gets in trouble. So, yep. John Demore. So what other shows do you have on YouTube? On my channel, Ricknineg, I do the Three Stooges as well. I also have some single videos on like Seinfeld and a couple other shows. So you should take a look. Just go to my channel, Ricknineg, and then you can browse all the videos. You can search and see the most popular ones. I do a lot of gaming stuff. I do a little bit of everything. I do flying videos. Oh, and there it is, little Desi Jr. It's not Lucy Luckenbill, but very, 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 very cool. That is awesome. Little Desi has his hair like standing up back here. When's my next flying lesson? Tuesday. Good question. Tuesday. I booked 2 together. The airport is actually closing for about almost 2 weeks because they're shortening the runway. It's a Santa Monica thing. People are rebelling because their airport strip is too long. It's crazy. So some of the instructors are taking the planes to a nearby airport and having meet there. And I'm just like, I don't want to get into that. I'm sorry. So I booked Friday. I had my last one. The one that you just saw, the most recent flying video was Friday. Happened Friday. And then Tuesday I'm going to have my other one. So maybe the end of the week. I try to put out the video the next day, but I don't want to promise because then people are going to be like, where's the episode? Why isn't the episode? You know, so I don't like to promise when I upload because it happens when it happens, you know. So hopefully you guys understand that. Thanks for your patience. Especially with Stooges. It's really hard just with how my schedule is in flying. I used to leave work because I leave 2 days earlier, and that helps me make the episodes and plan out. And I'm still doing that, but the way the schedule shifted, I can't do Stooges, Lucy, like I can't. So I'm kind of cutting back on Stooges. I may continue soon. Soon, just say that. So if you're a big fan of that, just hold on. I haven't abandoned it or anything. It's still happening. Michael, Rick, in the Hollywood episode where they arrived in Hollywood, yep, there's an outdoor scene where they drive into the hotel they stay at. Yep, that's the first one, Hollywood at Last. Where is that located? Oh, great question. I don't know. It's one of the Beverly hotels, because the Beverly Hills Hotel, Beverly Hilton Hotel, there's a few. And now that's like the Beverly Wilshire, and now they've renamed, so I can't tell you exactly because I'm not too familiar with it. Arthur asks, an airplane strip too long? Did I say airplane strip? Airport. That's what I meant. The airport runway. Sorry, I'm not using proper terminology as I should be using. So the airport runway is going to be cut from about 5,000 feet to 3,500. They want to discourage jets from landing there because the city of Santa Monica, the residents are upset that they hear jets around them, even though they decided to move right next to an airport. I'll just leave it at that. But at least they're not closing the airport, which is good because I think it should be there. A lot of important things happen there. A lot of emergency airplanes and helicopters land there that help out many different people. Their lessons come from there. Many actors land there and take off there. Harrison Ford takes off from there. John Travolta, a lot of actors. As I said, they put a lot of money into the airport, and so I really want to see that airport. It's over 100 years old, and it's been serving the community, and they have restrictions on when they fly and everything. Exactly, Arthur. Exactly. But you have federal court judges saying we got to shorten the runway, and then people having injunctions. It's a mess. It's really sad. We're in a big city, and if you decide to live... I, at one point, was living near LAX, and it was loud, but I knew that going there. Just a little fact. But, we're getting into politics. I don't want to get into that. The episode is done, guys and gals, but if you still want to chat for a little bit, I can do that. But it's an airport. Agreed. Yes, Michael, he does. He flies out of Santa Monica Airport. I have not seen him there because you can't really tell unless you know exactly what plane they're in, which I should know because it's a tail number. That's the one, where he had the accident? If you've heard, Harrison Ford had the accident. Well, he's had a few accidents. I'm not laughing at him. It's just poor guy. He's had a lot of accidents. Where he took off, and then he had an engine malfunction. He had to land, and he crashed in a golf course. Well, when you take off, pretty much there's a golf course right at the end of the runway. It's really long, and that's part of our emergency plans. When we take off from that airport, if you have a malfunction at a certain height, you have to emergency land at that airport. It's the safest place. People usually at the golf course are warned that watch for the planes. That it could be that, and they're also the 405 and the 10 freeway, and those are great places to land if it's super busy, but if it's better than crashing into a house. But anyway, yes. He also landed on a taxiway at the John Wayne Airport, which is a little farther down, but yeah. Brandis. Oh yes, you guys are talking about the see, it could be the Beverly Palms Hotel. So yeah. You like that plane, Jims? It's called a Czech sport cruiser. It's made in the Czech Republic, but it's a really good plane. It's really awesome. It's a sport cruiser. It's not... So technically now I'm going for my sport private license, and then I could do 6 or 7 lessons after that and get my privates. So it's a good way to save money, learning how to fly at the same time. Some people just get the sport pilot license and they're done. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get privates, and then we'll see from there. I don't want to say too much. How long are my lessons? Like each lesson, right now I'm doing 3 hours, 1 hour of ground and then 2 of flying. But according to my instructor, I only have 3 ground lessons to go. And that only leaves 2 for flying, so I'm probably going to be 2 hours of flying mostly after that. There must be some old people around that were in the audience love I Love Lucy. May find 1 or 2. That might be good. There's still some people alive, and I have someone that hopefully will stick around for an interview soon. Arthur, I might have to answer that in a video because it's kind of a long answer. Some did get along, some didn't. Blab tag? Yes. Yes, you obviously know aviation terminology, and yes. So I'm going to say that to you. And so I don't want to explain the whole thing, but yes, I think that's really important in commercial probably. And then transport license as well. We'll get there. We'll get there. I don't want to overwhelm people, but thank you so much, guys and gals, for watching. You're so amazing. We watched 2 great episodes. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like this video. It does help me out a lot. And hit that bell notification if you haven't, so that you know when I come on. That's how most people get on here, like immediately, because they get a notification, then they get on just like that. So yeah, thank you so much, guys and gals. You're awesome. Hopefully you're staying positive. You're not letting anything get you down. When I say that, I don't want to sound stuck up. Like, I have my issues and my problems, but I try to leave that at the door when I get to you guys, and I try to only put positivity. So hopefully that is in your vocabulary as well. We'll see you next time, guys and gals. See you later. Don't forget, be hopeful.